A new month is upon us, and that means it's time to stuff all the cash I didn't spend last month into the Letterbucks challenge. Are you ready? Let's go! Welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about household budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. So if any of those sound like something that you vibe with, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below, because I'd love to hear from you. Because it's the first weekend of the month, it's time to stuff the Letterbucks challenge. I didn't get this video up as early as I would have liked, but we're doing it now. So if you haven't seen this before, all of our currency here in the US has a letter on it. $1 and $2 bills, the letter is here in the big circle. On higher denominations of the newer style bills, the letter is up here, A through L, and that corresponds with the branch of the Federal Reserve where the bill was distributed from. Not where it was printed, but where it was distributed from. You can tell where a bill was printed by looking down here at the bottom right. If it has a little FW on it, like this one does, next to the letter H, then it was printed in Fort Worth, Texas. If it doesn't have that, and let's see if we can find one here. These are all FWs. Well, if it doesn't have the little FW, that means it was printed in Washington, D.C. All of our currency is printed by the Bureau of Engraving and Printing at one of those two facilities. So it looks like, oh, there's one. Okay, so this B-Buck does not have an FW on it. So that was printed in Washington. All right, so let's talk about how we do this. So I have mainly 1s, 5s, and 20s here, and I separate them according to the letter A through L, and then I stuff them into these envelopes. I initially was only doing $1 bills, then I added in the 5s, and now I've added in the 20s. And the reason is because this is my gift and holiday fund, and I need more money in there. And I'm also ending up with a lot of extra cash each week, which I'm just kind of cycling through without really a plan for it, whereas I've already calculated it as a sunk cost on my budget. So I take out $100 each week from the ATM, or if I go into the branch, and that is my cash spending for the week. So anything that I don't spend, I've already accounted for that I'm going to spend it, so I might as well put it toward the holiday fund. This is also birthdays, Christmas, any kind of special occasion like that, it all goes in here. And I do have gifts to buy for birthdays that I am late on, so all of it's going in. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to set aside these two binders. I have one for A through F and one for G through L. I'll set these aside, and we'll set the pouch aside, where I've been accumulating these all July long. And I will separate these according to which branch of the Federal Reserve they came into. So I'm going to break the video here real quick, and then we'll get started in separating these into piles. Okay, let's make some piles. So we're going to start with a G. Actually, I'm going to do this backward. I'm going to start with the 20s, then we'll do the 5s, and then the 1s. So in the 20s, we've got an E, a J, another E, a K, a B, an L. Get these all turned around here. An F, yep. A C, an L, an L, F, I, B, F, L, C, and F. Okay, so now let's do the 1s. So we're doing G, J, L, D, D, K, H, L, E, E, C, K, L, I, L, G, L, E, F, L, H, F, L, L, F, F, G, B, L, F, L, B, L, G, F, J, F, D, L, L, A, E, H, E, G, F, B, B, L, and G. All right, so we've got at least one of everything, although this one lonely A-buck is not going to take long to put in. So I'll stack these back up. The L's are the biggest pile usually because that is the closest one to where I live. So let's get these back in order here. Okay, the F's, the E's, the D's, the C's, the B's, and the one lonely A-buck. All right, so we'll get out the red binder, which has the first half, and we'll get out the tracker for the A's. The trackers are available in my Etsy shop, and we're going to use the red pen this month. I will color this in all the way because I have just the one A-buck. For ones that I have several of, I will probably just give a quick mark on them, and then we'll move on. Because otherwise, they may take quite a while to color in. Okay. So that's the one A-buck. So we should have 11 in total. Plus, we've got a $25 placeholder in here because we already completed one of these. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 makes 11. So when the trackers are done, I take them out and put them in my completed challenges. But for the ones that I'm working on, they go right back into the envelope. Okay, let's look at the B-bucks. So in the B's, we need 10 more to complete. We might have just made it. Oh, we have a 20 in here. Okay. So we have 25. That will be one full tracker. So I'm going to set this aside. This will go back to the bank. And then we've got 4 more B-bucks. So I will put in the 4. And I will just mark here 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will also make a placeholder for the 25 that's going into the bank, just because I want to see how much I have been able to accumulate this year when I finally get to the end of the year. Okay. So I made myself a little stamper. Well, I ordered a little stamper with a big old X on it. These trackers, or these placeholders rather, are also available on my Etsy shop if you so like. They are separate from the trackers. Okay. And did I already stuff the 4 B-bucks in here? Let's see. So we should have 19. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yes, okay. All good in the hood here. So now let's go on to the C-bucks. And I have 11. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5 more, and this tracker will be completed. So in total, we should have 20 in here, not counting the placeholder for the one that we already completed. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, now for the D-bucks. In D's, I have just 3, all singles. I should have 5 in here already, and I do. So I'm going to put in the 3. That'll be a total of 8. And I'll take out the tracker and I'll just give a quick mark. Oh goodness, these don't want to go in. A quick mark on the next 3 to indicate that we're there. And like I say, I will go back in and fill this in completely afterward so that you don't have to watch me struggle with my subpar coloring. All right, on to the E-Bucks, and I think we had quite a few in here if I remember correctly. Let's see. Yeah, there's 2 20s in here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 singles. So 25 is going to be a complete one. So we're going to add 20. I want to make sure I keep the better 20, which is the other one, of course. Okay, and I will mark off 20 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Just make that last one a little more pronounced so that I know that that is where I stop. And I also need to make up another placeholder, so let me do that. Okay. Another 25 E-Bucks going in. Okay. And then the tracker. Okay, and last in this binder is going to be the F-Bucks, and it looks like we need... Oh, I didn't finish filling this in last time. So let me just do that real quick with the green pen, because I alternate between red and green every other month. Primarily, this goes to Christmas spending, just because that takes the lion's share. Okay, good enough for government work. Let's make sure that that total is correct. So we've already got a placeholder. We should have 16, and we do. And then for new F-Bucks, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 18, 23, 28. Okay. So I am going to take, let's see. How do I want to do this? I need 9 more to finish this one, so I'm going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, and this one, because it's grody. Actually, I'll take both of these. Leave this one. So that's 9, so that will finish this tracker. Along with all of this. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so that one's done. And then I still have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I wish I'd done that differently, but that's okay. So I need another placeholder. This will be F-Bucks. And while that's drying, I'm also going to get out another tracker. And I will mark off 19. Okay, 1, 2, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay. So we've got $50 in placeholders, 19 in loose bills, and a tracker. So that is it for the first half. I am going to set up now for the second half, which will be the G through L bucks, and we'll come through and do those. Okay, we're ready for the second half. So let's open up the second half binder, and we'll start with the G's. Okay, and it looks like this month we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 G bucks to add. And we had 8 to start, so this should bring us to 14. Let's count and make sure that's what's in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is indeed the amount. The next three, H's, I's, and J's, I don't see all that often, so I was surprised to get multiple of each. I have 3 H bucks this month, so that should bring us up to 11. Count and make sure. We finished at H already, and I suspect that's because of a 20. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Which matches the tracker. Okay. iBucks, we have 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should, excuse me, that should bring us to 11 in the iBucks as well. Let's count and see. 5. Oh goodness, these are some gross bills. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And we have not finished I's yet because, like I say, they're rare. Then we have J's. And for J's, I did have a 20 this month. So I have 22. That will complete the tracker. So we'll need to get a new one. So 22, looking for the ugliest ones, 23, 24, 25. 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I took out one too many. Okay, so that'll leave us $6 to start the next tracker. So I will finish this tracker. Okay, so this goes over here. We'll get out a placeholder. I'm going to need more of the placeholders, I can tell already, for the J-Bucks. And I also need a new tracker, which I don't have in here. So let me get another tracker. I will be right back. And I'll get some more placeholders too. And then we'll finish up the J's and move on to the K's and the L's. Okay, I'm back. I've restocked all of the placeholders and the trackers, so I will have more K's and L's also if needed. Just can't get them in there. So I'm going to set this aside for just a sec so I can fill in the new tracker. So we're going to do this for Christmas 2025. And I think I said 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So the tracker and the placeholder and all the money go into the J envelope. So H's are St. Louis, I's are Minneapolis, and J's are Kansas City. And all of those districts are really small for the Federal Reserve. That's why I don't get all that many bills. Now let's look at the K's. Oh, there's a 20. So I've got 22. And there's already 4 in here, so I will have enough to complete another tracker. So let me keep the best looking one out of all of these. Well, it's not going to be either of those. I think it's you. So we've got 25, back to the bank. And I will fill all of this in later. And I'll come back at the end and show the trophy of the completed challenges. Get another placeholder for the 25 that's going to the bank. And take out a new tracker and fill in 1K because we're going to start another one. In the future, when I go to the bank, I'm not going to take out 20s anymore. I'm going to take out 5s and 10s so that I have a better chance of, come on, 1s. I have a better chance of filling in more, a wider variety, and so that I can preserve my trackers a little bit. Because as much as I love filling these in, and I'm just going to fill in this letter here, I do want them to last. Now, if you're doing Letterbucks, especially if you're doing a long-term challenge, and you buy them from me, what you can do is you see how there's all these lines? Because this is kind of I picked this font because it looks like one that's on our currency. You can fill in one line, so this would be 1 here, and going all the way to the top, there's always 15 lines, no matter what the letter is. So you could make each one of these $15. And that would make the tracker last quite a while. I think it's 325 or 375 or something like that to fill in the whole thing using each line as $1. So, oops. Okay. So this and that lonely K-Buck are going into the envelope along with the tracker that was already in there. Okay. And then we'll do the L's. And like I said, L's are the ones that I get the most. I live on the West Coast. L corresponds to San Francisco. So let's see how much we have. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's one full tracker. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I am going to add 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that should bring us up to 18. Let's make sure that's correct. Oh, come on, you. I finished the L's 3 times already, so they don't tend to last very long here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That matches the tracker. I need one more placeholder. I will probably finish L's at least a couple more times before the year is out, just because of geography. Okay, so that's going in. And this tracker, oops, this is in the wrong order here. Okay. And then I will need one more L for all of these. So I am going to go through and fill in all these trackers, and then we'll count up, see how much is going back to the bank and how much is in all the envelopes, because I haven't done that so far. So it'll be interesting to see how much doing the Letterbucks challenge has saved me so far this year. So let me get to coloring, and I'll come back and give you a status update. Hey everybody, Editing Drew here, and I realized as I was going through all of the cash that was going back to the bank at the end that I actually had $150, not $125. When I thumbed through all of the completed trackers that I had, I realized I hadn't done one for the 25 e-bucks that went in. So there's actually 6 completed trackers and a total of $150 going back to the bank. But because I completed a placeholder for the e-bucks envelope, the total on the calculator at the end is correct. So here's that clip of me totaling up everything that is in the binders and everything that I've already put toward the bank. Okay, let's give everything a count and see where we are. So this is $125 that is going back to the bank for the completed challenges that I have from this week, or from this month rather. I finished a B, an F, a J, a K, and an L. So those are all done. These will go into my completed challenges. Like I say, the cash will go back to the bank. I'm not going to count that toward the total that's in the, I'm not counting this toward the total that's in the binders because, as you'll remember, I put placeholders in the binders, so they're already accounted for. So I'm going to set this to the side, and then let's just see how much I've saved so far this year just by giving myself $100 a week and not spending all of it. So let's start in this binder with the A's. So the A's we have finished once. There's one placeholder in here. And we are at 5, 10, 11. So let's get out the calculator and let's add this all together. Okay, so 25 for the placeholder plus 11 for the tracker. So A's are at 36 for the year. And then in the B's, we have finished the B's twice, so that's 50. And the tracker says we should have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And I'm not going to go back and recount all of the dollar bills because we did that earlier. C-Bucks, we have finished once, 25. And on the tracker, we have 20 more. So just in A's, B's, and C's, we're already up to $150. Okay, the D-Bucks, we have finished once. And on the tracker, we are at 8. So 25 plus 8. In E-Bucks, we have 21 on the tracker, and we have finished E-Bucks twice, so 50 plus 21. And then in the F's, we have finished them twice, so that's 50. And on the tracker, we have 19. So in the first binder, we are at $323. And I'm not sure if the second binder will be more or less. It does have the K's and the L's in it, which have a lot of them, but it also has all the rare dollars, or the rare letters. So let's take a look and let's see. So the G-Bucks, we have finished. Oh, come on, you. Just once, so 25. And then in the tracker, 14. Okay. Oh, goodness. There we go. Okay. H's, we finished them once, and we have 11, so 25 and 11. I-Bucks, I don't think we finished these yet. We have not. And we have 11 on the tracker. Okay, then in the J's, we have finished the J-Bucks once. And we have 6 in the tracker. So 25 and 6. So 440 so far and 2 letters to go. I'm thinking the first binder has the lion's share of the money in it. So K's, we have 1 on the tracker, and we finished K's twice. That's 50 plus 1. And then last but not least, the L's, the most common of all. We've finished L's once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, so that's $100. And then on the tracker, we have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So all in all, $609 into Letterbucks so far, just by giving myself $100 a week and not spending all of it on myself so I can save it to spend on somebody else. So that is it for Letterbucks for this month. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, especially for watching through to the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below so I know you were here. Subscribe if you haven't already. I do this video every month, usually on the first weekend of the month when I remember. This one's coming out later than I anticipated, as I said, but at least it's getting up. I will be back tomorrow for game night, and then on Wednesday for the Savings Challenge books, and then again on Friday for the weekly budget update. Thanks again so much for watching, and until I do see you in the next one, take care.